Right, welcome back to Classic. This is episode 3. Today we're going to plant 8. I'm going to put barley in here. First of all, I'm going to fertilise it. Now, as was pointed out by Darren, and you're so right, they didn't have GPS in those days, so I've taken GPS out of the mod folder. I just didn't think. It's not unusual for me, but also because they did have a very rudimental cruise control. You had a hand throttle which you set in a certain place, and it wasn't very accurate, but I could use that. But I'm just gonna try and do this by eye. Hence I'm out of out of the driving position. Again, I'm not going to worry if I don't catch it all. I'm just going to catch the majority. Depending on how much we use on here, whether I carry on and do 9 today or not. I think actually I should just stop this as I'm turning, because I missed a big bit in the middle there. Trouble is too, this is only I think 7.5 metre spread, which means about 3.5 metres either side. And again, of course, in Britain we wouldn't be using metres back then. So 7.5 metres, about 7 yards either side, give or take a bit. And for those who don't know, our old-fashioned method is a yard is a metre is 3 foot 3 3/4 inches, and there's 3 feet in a yard. Yeah, there's your homework for the night. There, I have made a terrible job on this. I think, use both hard help and course play, because they both replicate workers, and I might just shove this, go and fill this up again, and actually put this on hard help on the other field just to get it done. I may not do both fields today, but what I don't do today, I will actually do the other field, which is going to be maize for silage off screen, and so the next one will be actually grass mowing. And I'll go and fill this up again, and we'll do the other one if I find my way back. My route finding is fairly awful, but I will in time actually put everything on to, I think we're down there. I think we can get in this way anyway. There's so many ways into this farm. We've got to find out where the is. I still haven't put anything up, which I really should get round to packing everything away. I've got this over here. I really should get round to packing everything up and put it away neatly. But neatness again wasn't a great thing in those days. You'd see equipment left all over the place. Well, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Right, now I could just find 9 first, and find the opening to 9. Wish me luck. And I'll just show this on hard work, and I hope that he will do the job for me. I've got growth turned off. When we done it, I'll just show you why. I will turn it on after I plant it over this field. But I think actually, we go this way. Let's see if hard work will work on this. Find the correct key. No, in a word, so we have to do this by hand. I'll do this one and all now. In that case, I'm going to go up and down the field. That's something else we learned. Hard work, it doesn't actually work on this equipment very well. It works on some. I certainly managed to cultivate everything on hard work, getting everything ready, getting rid of the old crops which were already in the field. Fields decided to start afresh, but certainly doesn't like work as one would expect. Yeah, we missed a big bit there again. This is why all the computerised stuff came in, because you didn't waste so much stuff and you've got the full field covered. I'm going to use the placeable silage silo button for a start off, just to try that out. I want to get the first lot of silage and straw there so I can think about getting cattle ready, or ready for cattle. And as I said in the last one, there will be no sheep because there's no way I can move the wool pallets. Even I'm not going to cheat to the extent of bringing in a modern tractor, a modern front loader. Right, let's see this. It should take just over what we've got in here, so we will be having to go and refill. I'm afraid more than once with me trying to do this by eye. Again, I think I shall have to come out of the cab and right, turn it on, lower it, and away we go. Wish me luck. That's actually a bit quick. I might. Oh, I already missed the edge there. Actually, I think I better put this on a cruise control. Because that's going to be way too fast. Down to about 4 miles an hour, I think, on cruise. Ooh. I will be cheating at times and putting 4-wheel drive and that in, because I don't think you want to see me having to keep reset equipment when it gets stuck. Well, then again, you might. That's a better speed. I think we're still missing lots and lots and lots. This, as I say, is one that a blind man would be happy to see. And I will be going through hedges and fields. Alright, let's drop that down and need to give me some a bit more overlap, I think. Well, let's give you some overlap, but I'm going on cruise control. By the time I set that up, it's time to come off it again. Normally, because you'd be leaving 2 headlands at least to do afterwards, but This doesn't go too bad, this older seeder. I notice it's not exactly seeding where it should be. If you look at it, the showing the seed mark way outside the drills. And good job I haven't got drive control with crop destruction on while I'm driving. And again, I'm not doing bales on here because frankly I can't figure out any way of sorting the bales out for the cattle. I'm not certain if bale spreader will work, and even trying to get the bales into the cows is going to be too much of a problem for me. I may experiment with bales later. Whoa, I'm out of there. And at some point I will have to get an extra tractor and some gear up on the cow farm. So that must probably a second front load of it, or take the front load we get down here up there and get a second small tractor there. May not be one for the packing. And have a look to see what I actually got in my mod folder. I have a whole load of old mods which I used on an old Ridge special, and I may give one of those a run out. I'd like to try the old John Deere Model A, but I don't think that will do much. I think it might just about cart some, but I don't think it's got, well, it won't have, or it shouldn't, but it shouldn't have a 3-point on it for a start. Harry Ferguson was the first person to really get 3 points to work properly. Northern Ireland gent, the founder of Ferguson tractors, which become Massey Ferguson. And one of the most famous tractors in Britain, which everybody had in the old days, was the little grey Fergie. Called a grey Fergie because A, it was grey, B, it was a Ferguson. We didn't go in for fancy names in those days. Oh, we're getting better at this now. These ones I'd like to make bigger headlands, but I can't. They're too small as it is. But the bigger fields I'm going to, whilst this is grown and we've got about everything else done, I'm going to get down and grass. We need to have one grassing in headlands. This is more to see whether this is actually really usable. What would be if we had a driver here instead of me. This side is a pain. So they would, let's just try that. You'd be starting about here, I would suggest, so you could actually go in, but I'm going to carry on as I am. You could try and make things too realistic. Oh, I can't even do a straight line. This is I think I want one across it to get it straight, and we're using about half the seed, and we haven't got half the field done. These little pocket handkerchief fields were quite common one time. Then came the idea of scrubbing the hedgerows out, shoving them all into big fields so you get the big equipment in. And this is going to be fun. That tree is glidable. As I found out when I was preparing these fields for this series earlier, And the area I'm trying to do here is that area as horses and steam was disappearing and mechanisation was taking over big time, but before factory farming really started. An area which thankfully is fast disappearing, the factory farm area, and there's still rather too much about. We see around here we've quite a big pig growing area, or pig rearing area, and you see them now all in the fields, all in their little individual huts. Plenty of room to roll about in the mud. Pig heaven. One thing you would have in the old days, too, you would take some extra seeds with you, a couple of 3 bags of seed to balance things off. You can't do, because again, there's nothing old to replicate that. You'd go out with a couple of 3 bags actually strapped to the back of the tractor. That'd be probably half hundredweight or hundredweight sacks. Try and remember how much is in a hundredweight. I know it's flaming heavy. If you cut hundredweight sacks about all day, you know about it at the end of the day. Before I worked at the Moulton, I used to work an animal feed mill, and we used to do a lot of sack work. By the time I worked there, we already changed over the metric system, but we still had things like biscuit meal came in sacks, and they were catch weight. I soon learnt the little secret was you took the big sacks. The big sacks, although they were fuller, had less weight, because they were normally full with the light stuff. The wafers and them, which didn't weigh quite as bad as the small ones, which had your wholemeal biscuits and your bourbons and that all broken down in. And so they were catch weight. They could be anything from 100 weight to 200 weight, and it takes a good man to carry 200 weight on your shoulder, which is the way we used to do shoulder carry, because you didn't have anything to grab a hold of to swing onto your back. It wasn't like, say, cool sacks. And the other booty we used to have is fish meal, the Vinny 55, still remember the name of it, which is alright if that's packed cold, because it was still quite loose in the pack, but if that's packed hot, that could go like concrete. I think we're going to fill this up again. Oh, we'll just take a little journey over to 7 on the way back. We'll hop back on the driver's seat and get rid of that. Don't need that. And see why I turned growthful. I was finishing this field off. It's hot, baby. Start to grow. It's going to make a very patchy one, so I'll turn growth off whilst I'm doing this. Again, it's cheating, but I don't fancy having to try and get everything Don't like to work. All I'm going to get a chance to do today. Oops. Again, you wouldn't have. Whistles and bells like that. This looks probably possibly a bit quick for a tractor of the day, but again, I don't know, 'cause I only know old British tractors really. And we're just gone straight past the farm. We can't do an episode without getting lost at least once of anything. How did we miss that? I'm trying to drink again as well. It's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. I really must move some of this stuff out here. Alright, I've finished drinking now, so I can hopefully concentrate. Let's go through the other side here. Can we get it through this barn? Oh, that's an improvement. Other side the muck heap. I'm not certain that is anything or not. I'll just show. Come around to the seed store. All I'm going to do is finish this field off, and I think it should be there. Oh yeah. All I should do now is follow my car marks back. Have a look at this side. Oh dear, it is terrible. It is a bit of terrible seed now. How far do we get up here? Might as well do it in cab. I can't make a bigger hash of it as I am now. In or out of cab. I may actually do better be able to follow a line now. Should really turn on to unplanted part of the field, but this is the one problem doing it on the driver's seat. You can't actually physically see where you are. That's my excuse. And by God, I'm sticking to it. This is where I'm afraid to find. And it's so far out that I'll miss the whole strip. No, I should have done this from the start. Now I'm beginning to wonder, should I actually fill in the bits I missed, or should I just leave it? I'm going to have to go around the outside anyway. Oh, we're almost done here now. Because even with this equipment, it seems faster to what you were using. So my old chap was a horseman on a farm, and some of the tales he told me about how long it took to do anything. I have never actually worked on a farm, I'll make that clear. I worked in auxiliary industries to the farms, but I've been taught to a lot of farmers because of that, but I've never actually worked on a farm itself. Because I'm quite rare on our area. Most boys of my generation who didn't get the best of educations ended up on a farm. Those days too, you didn't have all the sophisticated electronic gadgets and computers in your tracks and equipment you have now, so it tended to be a job for the less academic, shall we say, which I am, to hold my hands up and say I was one of them. Although since the computer came in, I've taken to it like a duck to water. Right, now what we must remember is on this equipment you wouldn't be turning with it up. Let's see where we're badly missed. I know we're not to do. We missed a bit there, but that's not too bad. We missed a strip here, but it looks like it was just. So I haven't got through the strip. You wouldn't normally be doing this. Oh, we'll make that clear. You wouldn't be driving over to fill in bits you missed. Well, not and keep your job anyway. Of course, we're talking about the days where you could lose your job at a moment's notice with no comeback. Some people call them the good old days. I don't personally. As much as I like the equipment, I didn't like the conditions. Coming from a family where his father worked on a farm, and as did his father, and when they wanted to get rid of grandfather to save any fuss, they sacked father at the same time. Which wasn't too bad, except we lived in a tied cottage. And tied cottages, for those who don't know, were literally that they were tied to the job. You lost your job, you lost your house. And it wasn't, or you can have a week or two to find something. You lost it straight away. That's what happened to us. Dad went into work in the morning, and came home again when the boss got in, said he'd been sacked, and we had to go out the house by midday. Just come down here, and I think we're just about to call that it. There's that strip at the far end to do, but whether I should do that is another matter. I think what we missed now will stay missed. Let's get this back. See if there is anything else we badly missed down here. No, that looks okay. Let's take this back. Bring the fertilizer one back, and we'll call it an episode. We'll call it something anyway. No, see if I can remember to find the open there. Yeah, look like that, we found it. Now next is, can we find where the seed is stored? What's up? This way, this must be the other way. Towards the farmhouse. There we are. I will learn my way around here eventually. And stop taking bets at the back that I won't. Oh ye of little faith. Or could it be you know me too well? Turn that off. That's full again for the next one. We will just swap that over now to maize. Let's go pick this up and bring back. Do send a description of one of these forks or one of these implements you get for this front loader. You can pick bales up with. I haven't tried it, but then again, matter will the bale hand bale spreader work to spread the bale into the cattle? We may have to have a look. We may do one lot of bales. Let's park this up somewhere, or rather abandon it. Need a screenshot really. Oh, we'll take one of this out. Right, don't look too bad. Just do that. And that. Right, with that I will say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please leave a like. If you're not a subscriber and like this stuff, please consider subscribing. I try and make a video every day. Not always possible. In fact, this weekend, this is going out. Something for the weekend won't be going out because I've done Smoke down on that, and Wonka was asked to hold while he makes some more changes to his map. So that will start again next weekend. And with that, it's Meerman saying cheerio for now. Cheerio.